Some wounds begin long before we are old enough to understand them. Some truths remain buried until a single moment rips the ground open. And sometimes the people we trust the most are the ones who destroy us. This is the story of two sisters whose childhood was stolen long before they even knew what safety meant. I was very young, and my sister Fauzia was even younger when our mother passed away. We barely knew what death meant. One day she was there, and then she was gone. Our small hands were empty. Some time later, our father remarried. He chose a distant relative of our late mother, hoping she could give us the love we had lost. Our new mother was good in many ways, but she argued with father over almost everything. Every fight made us shrink into a corner. Father, however, was a gentle, honest man. Everyone respected him in the neighborhood. No one ever spoke ill of him. He quietly tolerated her anger because of us, and she, despite her temper, treated us with such affection that sometimes we forgot we ever lost a mother. Back then, I was in 4th grade, and Fauzia was in 2nd. Our stepmother also had 2 small children. Father always placed his entire income in her hands, yet she still complained that it was never enough, that life felt impossible. But even with limited means, father never returned home empty-handed. Never. No matter how tired he was, no matter how little he earned, he always brought something for us. If he didn't have money, he took fruit on credit just to see us smile when he came home. That was his joy. Before all this, father's brother's wife had passed away too. Father brought his elder brother, our uncle, to live with us so he wouldn't be alone. Uncle had a son, Dildar, who had gone illegally to Dubai to earn, but he was caught and thrown in jail. Uncle lived with a sadness that settled into his bones. He loved us, and we loved him back. But our stepmother, she was never happy with his presence. Still, she kept quiet because father asked her to. A year went by. Then unexpectedly, Uncle's son, Dildar, returned from Dubai, somehow freed. He came to live with us too. He worked as a laborer when he found work. When he didn't, he stayed home idle. One afternoon I returned from school and saw something that still burns inside me. Dildar was beating my stepmother. My sister and I stood frozen for a moment, then cried at the top of our lungs. We had never seen violence in our house. Father had never raised a finger at our stepmother, not even a harsh word. Watching her get hit was like watching our world tear open. When we screamed, Dildar immediately left the house. My stepmother then ran to Uncle, folded her hands, begging, "Brother, my honor is in your hands. Don't tell Kamal. If he finds out, he may leave me or take my children away." Uncle was furious. "All I can say is, be careful. Don't make this mistake again. I'm letting it go this time, but I cannot promise what a young man like him might do. End this relationship now." Their words went over our heads. We couldn't understand what relationship they were talking about. Often, stepmother cooked food too salty. Uncle had high blood pressure, so father and even Dildar asked her to cook mild food. I thought maybe the argument was just about cooking. I naively believed the fight was simply about salt. Seeing us cry, she held us close. I was the eldest, so she whispered into my ear, "Nargis, don't say a word to your father. If he finds out, he'll get angry and the police might come and arrest him. You don't want that, do you?" I trembled. I won't tell." She also told Fauzia to stay quiet, giving her sweets to distract her. A few days later, Dildar found work as a night guard. He helped father get hired as well. At night, both of them left for duty. Uncle stayed home. One day, mother told me, "Take your sister and brothers to your Nana's house. Tell them there's no flour at home. Stay there till evening. Your uncle went to get money. Eat there. Bring some food back." So we went. Grandmother fed us and sent us home with food and a little money. That night, when father returned, my little brother innocently told him everything. Father grew upset. "I gave you money yesterday. Why didn't you buy flour?" Mother replied, "Uncle wasn't home. Dildar wasn't here. Who was I supposed to send?" The argument settled. 10 days later, Uncle left to check on his village home. After he left, Mother again sent us away, this time saying father's friend had died and they both were going to the village. "Sleep at Nana's tonight," she said. We did as told. Next morning, she picked us up. This became normal. It happened again and again. Whenever Father left for work, Mother sent us to various relatives' homes, grandparents, uncles, aunts. She kept only her youngest child with her. We never told Father. We were too afraid that another fight would break our fragile peace. A whole year slipped by like this. Father worked day and night, putting every rupee in her hands, but nothing satisfied her. Even when he bought her clothes and shoes, she still complained about him to neighbors. She wasn't afraid of Father. She was afraid of Uncle and especially of Dildar. She told Father again and again to send them away. But strangely, she treated them better than Father. If they asked for money, she gave it instantly. Finally, Father understood and told Uncle, "It's better if you return to your home. My wife is uncomfortable." Uncle and Dildar were enraged. They told Mother, "You convinced Kamal to throw us out. We will take revenge." They left. That night, Father went to work. Late at night, I suddenly woke up. A strange groan, a painful cry, echoed in the dark. A man's voice. I sat up, trembling. Father wasn't home. Uncle and Dildar were gone. Who was here? Who was crying? Half convinced it was just a dream, I lay down again and fell asleep. The next morning, Mother told us, "Your father has gone to Dubai. He wasn't earning enough here. He had many debts. He'll send money from there." At 12, I believed everything. We asked her again and again when he would return. She always smiled and changed the topic. Strangely, she seemed happier than before. Uncle and Dildar never returned. But one day, suddenly, Dildar came storming in and argued with Mother. "Tell me the truth. Where is my uncle?" "He did not go to Dubai." "You're lying." Mother snapped. "I'll tell my father that you stole my jewelry and took money from me. I told my husband about it, and you got rid of him." Dildar lost control. He took out a knife. We 4 children screamed. Afraid neighbors might hear, he fled. But not before warning, "If you don't tell me where my uncle is, I'll expose you." A few days later, again at night, a painful groaning sound woke me. It felt like someone was in torment. I called out, Amma. She rushed to me, covered my mouth, and whispered, "Be quiet, go to sleep, nothing is wrong." It was around 1 a.m. My heart pounded. In that moment, I knew something terrible lived inside our home. Something hidden. Something dark. The next morning, I went to my grandfather and told him everything. Every whisper, every fear, every sound. He was horrified. He came to our house immediately. Mother sat quietly, unable to meet his eyes. "What happened?" he asked. Finally, she said, "Last night Uncle and Dildar came. They killed Nadir." Nadir, Mother's own cousin. Grandfather took Mother to a separate room. I listened through the door. He said, "Why did you call Nadir here? If they killed him in front of you, you are also in danger. They might kill you too." He took us children to his house. Then, frightened and unsure, he went to the police and reported, "My son-in-law is abroad." In his absence, his elder brother and nephew came late at night. Their intentions were suspicious. "Please protect my daughter and grandchildren." Maybe he acted out of fear. Maybe panic guided him. The next day, police questioned Uncle and Dildar. Their story was terrifying. They confessed. They claimed Mother had loved Nadir before marrying Father, that she still met him secretly. They said one night, Father came home early and disappeared. When they asked Mother, she said he went to Dubai. They suspected the worst. One night, they jumped over the wall and found Nadir there. Blinded by rage and so-called honor, they strangled him and buried him in the courtyard. Police dug up the courtyard. 2 bodies surfaced, Nadir and my father. The truth ripped through our lives like a storm. My grandfather sold his house to hire a lawyer, desperate to save Mother. But in the end, he couldn't. Mother was sentenced to life in prison. Uncle and Dildar were sentenced to death. Just like that, all the secrets that suffocated our home rose to the surface. Dark, bloody, unforgettable. For years, the weight of this truth lived inside me, pressing, choking, refusing to leave. It still does. What happened to us afterward, how we survived, how we grew up, that is another story. But this chapter, this was the moment my childhood died. It was the day I learned that truth can be cruel and love can be lethal. Some secrets bury more than bodies. They bury childhoods, families, and futures. We survived, but the scars never left. I carry this story not because I want to, but because I cannot forget. Some memories don't fade. They live inside us quietly, until our last breath. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe to support the channel and hear more real stories. Thank you.